Hi all, being the Muppet I sometimes am, I wasn't recording my last win, which was a nice win against an IM, if we examine it. I was playing white, and the recording wasn't on. I thought the flashing thing wasn't there, and it didn't totally register. So I was white, and I had a very quick win here. He played f6, he couldn't castle kingside, but I could target e6. As I mentioned in the commentary at the time of the game, which was a few minutes ago. And then Queen h5, disaster. A bit of a short game and a short win this morning, but I thought I'd mention it. But let's carry on now on the auto pairing. So hopefully my record button is going to be pressed. It is recording, and we can carry on. Okay, zwisch. Maybe e4. Actually, why don't I think about the systems more? There's a g4 gamut I wanted to try. Let's try this anyway. So I'm holding that bishop for a moment. d5 might be a pain. So maybe f4. h6, be prepared to sack the bishop. Maybe f5. It's got d5, a quick d5 could be a pain. Bishop f6 ed. Okay, so f5 and knight f3, or bishop b5 over here. Exchange off this guy. Okay, he's probably thinking about h6 a little bit, or d5. Let's examine for a moment d5, e5, if that's playable. I assume it's not because of knight e4. I would take, he would take. My bishop would be stranded here. He would have a sort of weak pawn. He's letting me develop. I don't mind developing. And get this bishop on this. b5, b4, okay. And if e5, probably not very helpful. h5 for rook h4, maybe. Could try that. Try and get a g file. If he plays rook, if he plays bishop f3. Right, now. Okay, bishop h4 is possible, maybe. As well. So he's got this g4 square for the moment. Okay, I will support this one. I want knight maybe coming over to the king side. Before e4 collapses to b4. Queen f2 to g3. Not just e5 here. Or rook. Right, just getting a rook in the centre for e5. Still, is e5 at all effective? It doesn't seem at all effective here. So just reroute this knight maybe to either f5 square. Aha. Okay. Do I want to take? Am I freeing the opponent up? How about bishop f2? So we've got c5. I can stop knight c5 though, so I'll do that. Or I'll threaten to take if that's any good. But knight g3 coming up now. Or even g4, okay, give me the g file. Was that too rash? No, I don't think so. It's 5-minute chess. G file. Access route. G file. To his king. Also things like bishop d4, interesting. Okay. Knight g3 or bishop d4. I think knight g3 and try and get the knights to f5, maybe sack the exchange. Knight d4 takes, get a knight to f5, end of game. This one maybe, someone g7. Now queen d7 here is bishop f6. Bishop c5, I know I'm improving my centre there. Queen e3, I get a tempo as well. Is that at all useful? If I don't, any other palatable things to do here? It's queen e3 anyway. And knight f5. I think queen e3 for knight f5. If bishop f6 there's e5, this knight might be a liability anyway for e5s on bishop f6. Maybe here for knight e4. So I'm using that knight already. So knight e4. No, not knight e4 just yet. Okay. Maybe knight e4 here. Although he's got takes and bishop f5 if he wants it, or queen f5. It could be a right pain here. Okay, knight takes e5, queen f3. Oh, taking on g4 and queen e4. Oh, that's a bit of a pain. Knight g5 takes on d1 or takes on e4. Okay, some sort of exchange sack is going to happen, unfortunately. It's necessary. I'll take my king to leave the rook there, or not bother. Just move the rook back after. Get an access via h6. There's also f6 on the cards. Bishop d1, f6. Okay. There's queen h6. Doesn't probably do anything. g6. Knight g5. Or, okay, is it worth doing that? Let's do that. Okay, I can take, and then maybe, okay, what's on the cards here? Knight f6 as the bishop moves. I want to try bishop e3, of course. Rook g1, bishop h6. So bishop e3, rook g1. What else to do with the bishop anyway? What else is there? Where can the bishop move? Where can the rook move? I think rook g1 off the bat, just threaten mate's actually probably quite strong. Also knight g5 is on the cards that the bishop moves. His king's a bit dented with this h5. The remnants are protecting that bishop on the g file. Okay, what's going on here? I've set a few challenges. Am I still connected? If I do who, am I still connected to ICC? Yes, I'm still connected. Well, he's offering a bishop. There's knight f6 check, king f8. Doesn't do anything, does it? Check. I'll just take the bishop. Is that too simple? I'll take on e8 here and just be a bishop up. Or bishop h4 is juicy, maybe. Just to rub it in on the g7 square. Anything neat here to finish off? I don't want to backfire on the d file. I think takes and bishop f6. So I can just take on G7 now. Okay, and now take on E5. Okay, a bit of a hack attack, that one. No. Let's just go back to examine this. Hold on a sec. So what happened here of any significance? Any significance for anyone in the future? Probably very little. So E5 is alright, I preserved the bishop. I don't know if that was a good move. It did have an advantage that the C5 square wasn't so maybe easy. Couple pawns, why not drop them if the king's behind them? Okay, here, so E5 here for knight E4. Starting to put pressure on the G file, but maybe he could just take here and Queen F5. Big question, what am I doing here? It's nebulous compensation, to be honest. So he doesn't go for the exchange here, but maybe, you know, taking as F6. G7's a problem. He went for the pawns. I thought G6 is adequate, to be honest. E4 is under fire. Bishop F8 is on the cards. It looks as though... No, Bishop F8 is knight F6 though, but I'm going to have to move my knight. I could try and get the dark square bishop, but I think he comes in with a counter attack. Queen E4, which looks terrible. It looks end of game actually, this counter attack. So sometimes it is worth just being materialistic and then countering if you can. But this let me carry on the attack. This is an unpleasant position compared to the other one, because this bishop's passive, no C2 problem, knight's protected, and knight's quite good looking there on E4. Good work, horse. So, and also, I mean, I've got prospects, and here, if you look at the prospects, they're nothing on the other one, on just G6. So I think this would have been so much better, just G6. Okay, comments or questions on YouTube? Bit lucky there. Thanks very much.